everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabby if you don't already know me, and I love all things personal finance, lifestyle, and organization. I really appreciate you joining me today for my January plan with me. I loved making the December video and it seems like you guys really enjoyed it as well. I hope you enjoy this month's plan with me, and let's dive right in. I started my session by trying to create a planner cover sheet because I am reusing my 2023 planner. I loved my 2023 Flourish Undated Planner. Because it was undated, I'm able to use it again, but I wanted to have a new cover sheet to fit the year, and you will see me struggle at using Procreate for the next couple of seconds. I have used Procreate quite a bit in the past, but it has been a while, so I was kind of trying to get reacquainted with it. I'm sure that this is the most inefficient way to do this. This is no tutorial for Procreate. I managed to get it exported and into my planner, and that's all that matters. So I will start my planning session as usual with a Pinterest vision board brainstorm. I usually like to just have a look through Pinterest until I feel inspired for what I want my theme to be. And that theme will drive my color scheme and all the images I use throughout the month. For January, I wanted to do a green theme. I have been loving green. I don't know if you can tell from my YouTube thumbnails and my budget spreadsheet, but green has been my color. So we wanted to carry that forward. Plus, I think green is kind of a peaceful color, and you know, money is green. So we're gonna manifest money. I like to do a mix of different types of images, so I will usually start with some background images, and then I usually like to sprinkle in some fashion images just to get inspired for what I want to be wearing. I love fashion, I think it's so fun. And then I like to use some other images that might be a little bit more artsy-fartsy, you know, carry the theme through. I was trying to go for more of like a luxurious, high fashion vibe of green and not so much like green juice, eat your vegetables type of green. So that's what I was going for here. And I usually like to pin all of my images to a board in Pinterest and then also download them. And then I will just swipe through my board and make sure everything kind of is cohesive and works together. And then once that's done, I will get my planner going and I will start pasting the images and start with some background images so there's no white space behind my collages, and then I'll go in with more of the typical images I want to use for the month. And you know the drill, I just sort of resize things, paste things wherever I wish, and then touch it up as I go. I usually struggle a little bit with this because I don't always love the way things are layered, but luckily one of you commented on my last video about GoodNotes 6 having some cool new features, and I have been loving GoodNotes 6 now. I got the free version, so I had to do a bit of a downgrade upgrade situation to load this new planner into it, because I think you can only edit 3 notebooks at once in GoodNotes 6, the free version. So a little bit of playing around to get this working in GoodNotes 6, but I have been loving it. So thank you to whoever commented that. And one of the best new features is that you can change the layer of images. You can bring things forward or put things backwards, which I think was a huge flaw in GoodNotes 5. So I'm very happy to see that. And there's the new dropper feature. So you can see me using that dropper in the top right hand corner, and I will be using that to match my coloring to my vision board. And this is a game changer. Wow, I was wasting so much time picking colors and manually trying to match them to my images. So game changer. And I will go through and update all of my pen colors first. And I usually like to delete the previous month's colors because I just find I end up with way too many colors in my color palette, and I like to just have what I'm using that month. But you don't need to do this. You can definitely create a nice color palette and just use that year round. And then once I'm done with the pen colors, I will do the same for my highlighter. I'll just load the colors into those, what would that be called? It's like your color palette, but it's the easy access color palette. I don't know what that would be called, but I load them into that portion there at the top toolbar so that I have easy access to them. So that's what I am. I'm just a man. Take that pussy, drop it, die back. I love it when you move like that. Now turn around and go get back, get back, get back. All right, once I have finally updated my highlighter and my pen colors, I will switch over to the monthly spread. I did not pre-handwrite all of my dates in, so I will add those in now. try not to bore you to death in the meantime. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you are having a lovely start to the new year and that you had a restful holiday. I know I sure did. And you will notice that I have a very empty monthly spread this month. I sat here for about 10 minutes trying to think of any plans I had other than my grandpa's birthday, and I did not have any plans. And I kind of felt bad about it for 3 seconds, and then I was like, you know what? I am going to enjoy this time. I find some months, especially last month with Christmas, I had way too much going on, and I am going to romanticize having this extra time to myself. So I hope you guys take some time away from the constant plans and the constant hustle and bustle of life, because I think it's nice sometimes to just chill. And next I will be adding in my intentions and some of my top priorities. I was trying to make these align with what my monthly goals are for my Notion, but I have quite a few extra goals, so I was just trying to highlight the ones I kind of want to focus the most on. And then in this bottom right corner here, I wanted to add a couple of extra notes, some of my other goals, and that way I had a reminder of what other things I wanted to attempt this month. One of my big plans for the month is I wanted to romanticize winter. I find I get very sad after Christmas. I think I get so distracted by Christmas and the build up to Christmas that I don't really notice it's dark and cold out. And then January just hits me like a truck. So I am trying to find things to be grateful for that only happen in January and February. And as I mentioned, they are a slower time of year. And I think that is kind of a nice thing. Sometimes, not always, but I am trying to romanticize the extra time that I don't feel guilty about sitting at home and reading and maybe playing a little Stardew Valley and planning in my planner for a couple hours. Whereas in the summer, I feel like I should be outside enjoying the summer weather and seeing friends and having plans. So I am using that as a way to romanticize the winter. I will be participating in Sober Jan this year. I've done it for the past 2 years before this, and it is always one of my favorite months for that reason. I like the excuse to not have to do any drinking at all, and I feel so good afterwards. So let me know in the comments if any of you are partaking in Sober Jan. And next year I am working on my weekly spread. I gave myself a lot to do on Monday, but let's be honest, I was hungover as hell, and another reason I will be partaking in Sober Jan. Went a little too hard on New Year's, but I had so much fun, so no regrets. And you can see me struggle here, trying to write upright. I need my paper to be like 45 degrees when I am writing on it, and I was really trying to not do that while planning, and I cannot do it. I struggle. So see me add my habit tracker items in. These haven't really changed. These are kind of consistent for me. Sometimes I will swap out 10K steps if I feel like I'm doing that naturally for something else, but I kind of have my core habits that I'd like to work on that I need to be reminded of constantly. Does anyone struggle as much with their supplements as I do? Because my golly, it is a difficult one for me to get right. I feel like I get on a good habit train for like 2 weeks, and then all it takes is a couple days off and I am right back to skipping days in a row. And I really love the light highlighter behind the text. I think I might do this more often. I really like the grayish white color, a little bit off-white. I think it just adds some cool depth to the spread. I really like the way that this looked as a whole. So this was a fun experiment. I don't usually do like a close to white highlight color, but that was a very nice addition, I think. I'm using it here. And yeah, I just like the more muted tones I went for. I usually go like all out and go full color, but I think this was still green without being too green, if that makes sense. And then I tried to do some time blocking for my Monday morning hungover. Not sure why I thought I would be doing all of this. Clean the shower. Nice try. Here's a final flip through of my planner. I really like the way this turned out. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.